Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Disqualified. I am Beltless Trevin, joined by our main roster predictions champion, Caleb.
Hola.
And we two-man weaving.
Two-man weaving in the studio today. Fucking, we don't need a producer.
And we are here to talk about El Monday Night Raw, the go-home episode for Crown Jewel Perth.
You just said it before we rolled.
I forgot this was a go-home episode.
This is a go-home episode, and let me tell you, it felt like you left the camera on during a house show. So, there were 5 matches tonight.
5-match card.
5-match card. Only 3 of them were good. And the bad part, they're the first 3 matches. I personally can't say anything for the 5th match, as when I realized it was announced and when I realized it was the main event, I told Trevin, leave my house. I'm going to bed.
And I was like, fair enough. Have a good night.
As soon as I heard that motherfucker's music hit, I said, get the fuck out. Going to bed.
Yes, but we open with your tribal chief, the OTC, Roman Reigns, addressing the crowd.
Ah, yes, potential man. Returns 4 times a year. What if this is the last big run? What if this is the run he faces The Rock? What if this is when he wins the world title?
He's interrupted by Bronson Reed.
What if he's interrupted by Bronson Reed? And we run back a match that we've already witnessed.
Yep.
And that was passable at best.
But this run back has a stipulation of Bronson Reed is undefeated in this stipulation. At Crown Jewel Perth, it will be an Australian street fight between Roman Reigns and Bronson Reed. With how they were talking about Roman's hospital trip, I was 90% sure they were going to announce ambulance match. But then they said Bronson Reed's undefeated in this stipulation, and I was like, oh, F, no.
They also said that he has never been beaten to the point where he's been stretchered out. And there's 2 instances where I can think of that he's been stretchered out. So maybe check your own homework.
Yes. Canon was weird in this event because people are commenting of like, so Trick counts as a world champ as he sold the TNA title. LA Knight back down in his TNA days held the TNA world title, yet you don't count that one.
That was pre-merger. We don't count pre-merger. Actually, no. Here's what they could say. That was Impact. That's not TNA. That was Impact. Actually, depending on when he won it, it could have been Global Force. Yeah. No. You want to know what Global Force's belt design was?
I don't.
Impact. With a Global Force sticker slapped right on top. Beautiful days. I do not miss that era of Impact.
But now your 5-match card for Crown Jewel has been made. And we get to our opening contest of Raw's 5-match card.
I have one more comment. What the fuck is an Australian street fight?
It's a street fight, but Australian.
So they're gonna have fucking kangaroos out there boxing? What the fuck is happening?
Honestly, that would make this match 100 times better.
I saw someone say, no, what's gonna happen is they're gonna have a barbecue and a rubber alligator down by ringside decorating.
F it, we ball. But no, if it turned into a triple threat between Roman, Bronson, and a kangaroo...
My money's on the kangaroo.
My money's on the kangaroo.
My money's on the kangaroo. I'm sorry. Thank you, box. Let's just get on to our opening contest, which was not interested in the slightest going into it, but oh my God.
I didn't hate this match.
I didn't hate it.
Not sure if like is the right word. but hate is most definitely not the right word. It is a grudge match, non-title match between your women's IC champion Becky Lynch and Maxine Dupree.
Yeah, dude, Maxine
Showed up.
So there were a few moments where it was sloppy. I can think of a dropkick in particular. And I saw this on Twitter, and it's a perfect statement, so I'm just gonna rehash it. And it was it really shows the lack of, I'd say, experience for less experienced talent when you have no house shows. House shows were perfect for that. You get the less experienced stars on there. You get them wrestling so they can actually get experience in front of a crowd and not just, hey, every once in a while we're going to throw you a bone and see how you do. She showed up this time, though. Most definitely. She had, I think 2 sloppy spots. And after that, brother, she was fucking moving.
Yep. No, I say this every time Maxine has a match. You can see the improvement every time. She is trying. She is actually putting on decent matches. And I sort of agree to your point, but as you were saying it, a comment went to my head of the We Want Cross movement got a lot of momentum because Cross got put on a main event match video. I want you to try to name me the amount of female matches that got a main event video.
I couldn't name you one.
Neither can I. Put some of the woman roster on main event videos.
Yeah, dude, it is. I also think that, and it's not a bad thing. What I'm gonna say, people may interpret it as she needs to go back to NXT. Break up this partnership with the Alpha Babes. Otis he's MIA, but he's not really. He's healthy. He's clean.
Yeah.
We saw him in the
we saw him in AAA.
In the AAA Rumble.
Yeah.
You're not really doing anything with Tozawa. I think Tozawa should actually get some shine down in NXT. Actually give him a proper singles run.
If you don't want to split them up, boot them to NXT. They'd be great down there. NXT loves cruiserweight masters.
But also, it's just, she'll get a better shake of things in NXT where you're constantly training, and you're actually going to, get matches.
Yeah.
Because I can think of at least every women's star that I can think of, except for Carmen, recently has been getting matches.
Yeah, no.
Ariana Gray's got a match.
Yeah.
Kalani is now your Impact TNA champion.
Yeah, there are even a few episodes of NXT where I think they were basically a mini evolution where it was all female matches. The men just cut promos.
Sean loves his women's roster. And I don't blame him. That's a fucking great roster.
Yeah. So it's not a knock on Maxine. We're literally get her in more matches.
Get her to a spot where she can actually do shit and not just sit in the background. Yes, it's great that she's training with Natalya at the dungeon. That is perfect. But also, you're not using Natalya. The NXT women's division needs tag teams. So you can move them down there.
You have options that you are not using.
Stop treating NXT as a demotion.
Literally only the higher ups, and I think some of the more members of the IWC see going to NXT as a demotion. Because a lot of the internet, when Ivar went down there, when the rest of his faction was injured, people were like, oh, bet he's going to cook because they threw him in a rivalry with Oba. Yeah. Nope. No one saw that as a demotion for Ivar. They saw it as proving ground for Oba.
And then you had Finn come back down, which was a great run. I always say that. Baron Corbin came back down and did the best work of his fucking career alongside Braun Breaker.
Dominic was doing 50-50 work. Pete Dunne was doing 50-50 work.
It's just insane how they need to utilize NXT more.
We said it when we started this channel. Make it a third draft location. But of course, the draft is not happening this year. But if it does ever happen again, NXT needs to be a third draft location.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, we always know it's going to be the stepchild. It's always going to be the least amount of resources going into it, which is funny because the most amount of resources go into it because the development, the performance center and everything. But they really just like, yeah, you guys just do whatever. You're canon-ish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Depending on what we want to do, you're canon.
Yes. Now back to Maxine showing up. Becky's Becky. She's starting to beat the brakes off of Maxine, because obviously. But she gets a little showboaty. She's on the outside, and she's getting a little showboaty. The audience is heckling her.
So leading up to this, Maxine is out like cold, not responsive outside. Becky rolls in and gets in Jessica Carr's face. It says the match is not over. The match is not over.
Yep, because Jessica's starting the count for Maxine, continues it when Becky gets out there. She gets to 6. Becky rolls back in, being like, I ain't done with her. You don't need a count.
Yeah, and then rolls back out, does this one more time, and like she really gets in Jessica's face this time. And Jessica says, all right, get out my face. Like, I'm done with this.
Yep.
Becky then leaves, which restarts the count because now both superstars are outside.
Yep, and Becky's showboating on top of the announce table. Audience is heckling her. She's like, I'm the greatest of all time. Maxine rolls back in. 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, she goes 6, 7,
8,
9, 10.
Ring the bell.
I was like, what the fuck?
The ref morale bar for Becky in this match was at an all-time low.
Yeah, bro. Jessica Carr definitely, her ref meter went all the way down at the end right there. But no, it's perfect. It actually legit makes sense. Are we gonna see Becky potentially attack Jessica?
Because for those who don't watch Evolve, Jessica is wrestling
as Calyx.
Yep, masked wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But I don't know. Obviously, she's going to need to run it back with Maxine. We are still waiting for AJ to stake her claim on that title. But yeah, in a backstage segment, Becky says that she's taking Perth off. She needs to clear her head. She's angry. She's pissed. She needs to recalibrate.
I think it's good that we didn't get AJ right now because you had 2 weeks of build and really you only had one.
Mm-hmm.
Because this was a really bad go home show.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think we save AJ Becky for Survivor Series.
Yeah.
Or, unfortunately, Rumble.
Yeah.
Unless they really have the balls and they have her hold out till Mania.
I don't know, because I feel like if you do Survivor Series...
Sorry for the...
Yard work background.
Noise.
Yeah. If you do it at Survivor Series, it means that they probably won't interfere with the Vision versus Babyface Hodgepodge match, or they still might, but it gives them an out of, you guys don't need to worry about these two that match, because we probably know CM Punk is going to be on team Babyface Hodgepodge. So it gives those two something to do that night. If we go to Rumble, it writes them off of being in the Rumble match, because it's like, basically it means that you don't have to worry about these women going for a world title until the Elimination Chamber bracket. But
It's a Rumble. It's a 5-match card. 2 of those matches being Rumble matches. I think we're lucky if we get another women's match that's not a Rumbles match there.
mm-hmm.
And
Right,
if they
because
do,
it's in Saudi.
and if they do it, it's going to be a world title match.
Yeah, because it's in Saudi. I forgot about that fact.
Mm-hmm. So I don't think you're going to get a mid card rep.
I don't know if Becky versus AJ 1 is going to hold out till Mania. I could see the conclusion of a trilogy being at Mania.
Oh wait, we're also negating.
Main event.
No, I'm negating main event on
Yeah.
purpose. I'm talking about Elimination Chamber.
Oh yeah, that could be where it is.
Mm-hmm.
Where one is.
It's just the fact that we have 2 Saturday night main events coming up is very weird.
Yeah.
It's very weird.
Yeah. But reminder that because of the ESPN deal, they reworked the Saturday night main event deal, and it is now minimal ads on Peacock. No more NBC.
And it's so funny. Because we watch them just in case something happens. In the next main event, the cards that we literally just come here and just talk through. We just barely pay attention. It's happening on this fucker's birthday. And that's one hell of a birthday.
Yeah.
Having to watch Saturday night's main event.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, but it's the first NBC exclusive Saturday night main event, so it's like, hey, maybe they'll figure out a formula. They won't, but maybe.
I hope this one is good.
Because it's now minimal ad, because it's a Peacock exclusive, so I don't think match ads will run through matches anymore.
Oh, that shit was so stupid. I fear that they're going to really build the December 13th one.
Because it's Cena's last ride.
Yeah, they're really going to build that card. And I fear that it will be the only one that we cover.
Yeah, I feel like the Cena last ride main event will have as much build and hype into it as the Netflix premiere one. Or the Netflix premiere Raw.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be. It's going to be on Peacock.
Yeah.
I bet you ESPN is kicking themselves. I bet you they want that.
Yeah.
Everyone wants that. I would say, like, that's a big thing.
Yeah. But now back to our regularly scheduled program. Our next match, we keep up with the women's action, and we also, in a way, see the return of the Irish Block.
Yeah! Yeah!
It is representing the Judgment Day, Roxanne Perez with Raquel Rodriguez on ringside versus Lyra Valkyria with Bayley on ringside.
Match of the night.
Yeah.
Match of the night. Don't even need to think about it twice. The next match.
Lyra keeps showing up.
The next match is definitely a contender.
Yeah.
But, man, this match was so good. It was a technical masterpiece. The story was Lyra's left arm. So Roxanne picks at it right away in the beginning. And she does a lot of damage to it throughout the match. Which, there was a suplex that she goes for. And she couldn't hook.
Yeah,
properly.
she couldn't hook her arms because the left arm was still numb.
Yep. And Wade Barrett makes note of that. And he says, look, if she was able to actually use that arm and hook it properly, that pins in deep. She's done.
Yeah.
But no,
Yeah,
it also affects her when she goes for the Nightwing.
Yep. Yeah.
And,
Now, how this match ends is, of course, there's people on ringside. They're gonna get in a scuffle. Raquel, being a good tag partner, starts distracting the ref. Bayley don't like that, and she tries to beat the brakes off Raquel. However, Raquel has the reach and just big boot Bayley out of commission. Lyra, not liking that, decides to do her mid-rope drop kick, which is enough of a distraction for Roxanne to hit a striking combo into the Pop Rocks for the first time in months.
For the 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Holy shit, a Pop Rocks on TV?
Yeah.
And it wins?
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
Where's New Day being like, hey, that move should be banned?
This is like when Dolph Ziggler won a match with a super kick on TV in 2016. We're like, a super kick finish in 2016?
Hey, we've seen drop kicks end matches in the year of our Lord 2025.
I don't want to think about that.
We're looking at you, Miles Bourne.
I don't want to think about that.
Yes.
No,
but
man, this match was so good.
Yeah, but Bayley looks like she's shifting personality, but we don't know if she actually shifted because she's still friendly towards Lyra. Yes, there is some hair pulling to get Lyra up, but it's like there's not a major shift, but Bayley's just like, hey, no, this, because a brawl, of course, ensues, but she's like, hey, yo, no, this thing ain't finished. Come on, we're going back there and kicking their butt. And we do see them in the back kick their butt with...
Yeah, no, they kicked their asses.
Yeah.
I think Tatum's going to get involved in the story.
I think so.
Because I think Lyra really went with the aggressive side here. I think that she might... They're teasing ever so slightly. And this could just be like high wrestling brain, just like, oh, that's the beginning of it. They are beginning to...
Because in the...
At a heel run.
Because in the backstage brawl that Lyra and Bayley came on top of, they were using whatever they could get their hands on. I'm pretty sure I saw a couple metal pipes. I for sure saw a chair.
Yeah, no, they were going at it. But I think Tatum would be perfect to pull her back, and then you have the split personality of... If they bring Tatum into this is the best... I mean, this is already the best story that they have on Raw. This is the best story that they have on Raw.
Yep.
No, the Rhea Io story is really good.
Yes. As I've said on a couple episodes of our Raw review for the lesbians.
And now, for the lesbians, it is Io Sky versus Kairi Sane. Now, this has to do with Asuka. We start the show and Asuka is, well, after Roman.
Yeah, she's berating Adam Pearce about like, I want us to get a match tonight. I want a match against Io. She's all alone, and Adam Pearce is like, you got the match at Crown Jewel, and Asuka's like, no, I want a match tonight.
And he's like, well, Rhea is in Australia doing press right now, and Io, I'd have to talk to her and see if it's okay.
Yeah. And then she's like, make it okay, make the match. Make Io Sky versus Kairi Sane.
And Kairi just looks like, no, I can't.
No.
And then Pierce walks away. And Asuka slaps the fuck out of Kairi Sane.
You're gonna do it!
Brother.
This is how you make a heel.
Brother. This is such a detestable heel act. Like, legitimately, I'm like, fuck you, dude. Fuck you.
Kairi's face.
Yeah, she said, okay, I'll do it. We get it officialized during the Roxanne and Lyra match. Man, this one's really hard hitting. We missed the best move of the night. The one that people are calling Kairi Sane unsafe for, when, my God, you could see that it was done so perfectly.
Alabama slam onto the apron.
Like, bro, you know the Joshi League exists, right? Like, Joshi Wrestling exists. These three women out here know each other from there. They hit really hard there, and they're really close friends. And what do close friends in wrestling do? Oh, we're gonna hit each other hard because we're friends.
Yeah, it's like we'll get receipts eventually.
So what the fuck you think these two are gonna do tonight? Yeah, no, the sound of their strikes. Yeah, no, they're hard style. This was a Japanese style match.
Yeah,
it was really fucking good.
Yeah,
it was so fucking good. Like I said, really close contender for match of the night.
Yes.
If they would have included that spot in the actual broadcast, would have been match of the night. The fact that I had to go to Twitter to seek that out, fucking boo. Stop the ads.
And apparently, according to some people on the internet, Netflix is catching up with us using VPNs to watch WWE. TKO ain't liking that.
It's because Stephanie fucking shouted out what was it? It was
NordVPN.
Nord, I think. On her fucking podcast.
Because Nord sponsors every podcast.
Except for us. Hey, but we have two, actually. So, like,
no, the link to the other one in the channel bio.
Yeah, but man, shameless plug out the way. Now, we get back to the ending of this match.
Asuka's causing distraction and just berating anyone she can. Io, Kairi, a couple of the front row audience members.
Yeah. Until we get Kairi going for the insane elbow. Io gets the feet up at the last second.
Yeah. Ow.
Goes for the bullet train knees.
Yep.
Hits them.
Yep. Looks like she's going for over the moonsault, and Asuka's on the apron.
Yep, which allows Kairi to fight back.
Yep. And then she hits her insane elbow. Wait, no. Was it roll up or insane elbow?
I think it might have been a...
No, it was a roll up because Asuka held down Kairi's arms to assist.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Roll up, Asuka assisting Kairi for the 1, 2, 3. They then proceed because they know Io's alone tonight because it's confirmed, and anyone who's on the internet knows Rhea's doing press work down in Aussie.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're like, Io's alone. Let's soften her up for Saturday.
Yep, and that's exactly what they do. They hit the reverse DDT neck breaker?
Yep.
Into an insane elbow.
Yeah, both of them also get a spinning back fist. Yeah. Yeah, Asuka assists with the reverse DDT for the insane elbow.
Yep, spinning back fist leading into that.
Yep.
And yeah, they leave. No miss this time.
No miss, yep. And now, we get a 6-man tag match.
What are you talking about? This is a 2-on-3 handicap match. Can you not read the board? Can you not read the board? There's no comma there. That is AJ Lee, CM Punk's wife, with Penta, taking on the Judgment Day, ladies and gentlemen. No, it is AJ Styles, Dragon Lee, and Penta taking on the Judgment Day.
The internet, after they took a picture with CM Punk, they have dubbed the tag team AJ Lee, and this match is made because rumor mill and some locker room talk is speculating that AJ Styles and Dragon Lee are going to go after the Judgment Day's tag titles. And I'm like, at least you'd be defending them.
Yeah. But Pierce says, look, you know what? If you have a problem with them going after it, I don't see why you guys can't have a match tonight. But make it 3-on-3. And you guys need to find a partner. And I sit there and I go, there is one of 3 choices. Rey Fenix, Penta, and a returning Ilya. And as we've already said, the participants of this match, you can realize it was Penta.
Yep.
Penta is now trapped in the Judgment Day vortex.
Yep. Because the reason why he was brought in is he's still looking at clinching that IC title.
Mm-hmm.
And another person is also looking to clinch that IC title, but we'll get to that at the end of this match, because this match, we actually commented after the 1-2-3 happened of like, I don't think Dragon Lee got televised this match. I think all his spots were during the commercial run.
At least they're using you on TV, bud. At least they're using you on TV, bud.
Yeah.
At least you're not like Santos Escobar, who they said, we'll give you more money, but we're still not going to factor you into creative plans. Good for you on leaving. Good for you for having morals.
As of midnight on Monday, Santos Escobar's contract expired, and he is now free agent.
So, CMLL, AEW, Ring of Honor, TNA, or AAA. Where is he ending?
I don't think AAA, because they didn't.
He could go to Japan, and I wouldn't hate that.
Yeah. I don't think he's going AAA, because even when his faction was dealing in AAA as the tag champs, they barely used him.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Santos.
I think go to CMLL.
Yeah. I could see him reworking in TNA.
I feel bad for him because that's so adjacent, and it's so clear that they're going to get bought.
Yeah.
It's so clear that they're going to get
bought. But yeah, how the match ends is Dominic and AJ are the legal people. Look, AJ looking to get his hands on the person who cheated him out of the IC title, and another person wants to do that as Rusev comes just marching down the ramp, eyeing Dominic.
The unit means business.
Yep.
And Dominic says, hey, nah, fuck out of here. Fuck that noise.
Hot tags
in
JD.
Runs through the crowd.
Yeah, grabs his belts, which gives Rusev time to at least grapple him a little bit. Dominic wiggles out, and fast as I've seen a man run.
Yep, which then leads to Penta super kicking Rusev, which leads to Dom escaping.
Yep.
And Penta just goes,
Yep.
I couldn't be bothered.
Yeah, but JD's like, why am I already back in? And he eats the quickest Styles Clash I have ever seen.
I was so scared that he was going to go before he got in fully.
Yeah, before he locked in.
He went down and then was like, nope. I said, how do you like that so quickly?
Yep, but...
That scared the fuck out of me.
Yeah. But Styles Clash 1, 2, 3. Your winners, the team of AJ Styles, Dragon Lee, and Penta.
Look, they're giving AJ Lee TV time.
Yep.
Wait.
And yeah, Styles cuts a promo hyping up his match against John Cena, as they aren't able to do face-to-face promos. He's just like, look,
we don't need a story. Just know that this match is going to kick ass.
Yep. He's like, you guys did this.
Okay. This either comes across as Triple H not being good at booking because he doesn't know what fans would like to see, or Triple H not knowing booking and just completely fumbling.
Yeah. It's either he told them to do these tweets to make it look like he's not competent, and then he just books it out of a whim because of internet activity. Or
you get brownie points.
Yes, which you get brownie points for, but it still makes you look like an incompetent booker. Or Triple H is just actually factually an incompetent booker, and the internet took to these tweets, and Triple H's hands were forced. Either way, Triple H looks bad.
And then we look at SmackDown. What burning pile of trash is this? Look, we didn't even cover SmackDown.
Because nothing happened. The biggest thing that happened was Zaruka's looking to become #1 contender for the women's tag titles.
Javon is in talks to become an actual main roster player, which is cool.
Yeah.
I sat through all of SmackDown and I realized I did not have to do that because we were not covering it.
Correct. But now, you want to do the thing?
I guess. It doesn't even feel like a main event. Our main event of the evening is...
Yep, a match that was 11 minutes long, with 3 minutes of that match being under commercial.
A tag team contest in the blue corner.
Yeah, on the heel side, surprisingly.
We have CM Punk.
Nope.
The blue corner is the less experienced people, Trevin. CM Punk and LA Knight.
So this is the heel corner, the red corner.
I'm just going off of how UFC does it. The lower contender is blue corner, higher contender is red, or champion is red. Because they're partnered with them. Yeah. And in the red corner, the Usos.
Yep. Yeah, no. The internet pointed out of like
Ganondorf.
Yeah. The internet has pointed out it's weird seeing the Usos back on the heel corner.
Brother, so this match gets made in a promo segment.
Yes, because Punk comes out saying that he's earned his world title. He wants what's stolen from him. Gets interrupted by LA Knight, who's like, look, if there's anyone who's deserved a match, it's me. I'm the last one who's pinned Seth Rollins. I've been looking for a world title for as long as I can remember. CM Punk counters being like, at least I've actually held world titles.
He goes, and guess who has never, not ever, ever been pinned by Seth Rollins? And Punk goes, and guess who has never, not ever, ever been world champion?
Yep. And
then I was like, what the fuck? That was a good line.
Yeah.
But then we can't have shit in this fucking house.
Under advice from Roman, basically saying, go do your thing.
Ooh, so...
Jay comes out and basically says, look, I'm still technically owed a rematch from that DQ the Vision caused.
Yeah, he said, I never got my rematch. Then Jimmy comes out.
And is like, why are you fighting with them?
He then super kicks LA Knight.
No, yeah, Jay super kicks LA.
Yeah.
CM Punk laughs a little bit, being like, I remember when that happened before Clash. And then it looks like Jay's about to get in CM Punk's face. And CM Punk's like, are we going to have a problem? We going to have a problem? They continue to have a problem.
Also, Jay Uso's new merch, oh my god, someone on Twitter described it as it's giving secondhand embarrassment.
Yes. But yeah,
it's like it's like neon lime green Yeet merch. Was it? The shirt said it's not easy yeeting.
Yeah. But yeah, so they continue to look like they're going to have a problem, look like they are going to throw punches. Jimmy plays middleman and tries to separate them. Punk's like, all right, we don't need a problem. We don't need a problem. Pushes Jimmy out of the way to start squabbling with Jay. Jimmy don't like that. He don't like to be pushed around. So after they develop a bit of space after hockey fighting, Jimmy super kicks Punk and is like, you didn't have to. And a tag match is made.
Yeah, as soon as Jay Uso's music hit, get the fuck out.
Yep. So I went home and watched this 8 minutes of screen time. Not a lot happened. As I mentioned, it's weird seeing the Usos in the heel corner for the first time in a while.
I do know the ending of this match. Not how it went down, but the ending steps of it.
Yeah, well, so Jimmy gets ridden out of the match eating a BFT from LA. Who Jimmy and LA are not the legal people. They're just basically classic tag squabble of people trying to get the upper hand. Jay spears LA to force him to roll out. Jay and Punk continue to squabble a little bit. Jay eats a GTS. Punk, a little exhausted, heads to rest his back on the corner. Hot tag. LA steals the pin for the 1-2-3. I could care less. I'm just waiting for that for the point of Jay turning on Jimmy, because that was a subplot in this episode since Roman was in the arena, of Roman basically warning Jimmy that Jay's a lot more like me than he is like you now.
I was also waiting for, I wasn't waiting, of course, I was sleeping at this point. But at this point, I'd be thinking, this is when happens.
Yeah, but nope. He's letting he said it himself. He's letting Jay become his own man.
Yeah, that's it for this episode of Monday Night Raw. Did not feel like a go-home episode.
No.
The fact that the only good part of your show was the beginning half is astonishing. You can watch the AJ Lee Penta Judgment Day match. It was good. It's just a six-man tag. It's just a six-man tag, and one of the people we really didn't even get to see if we saw it all. And then the main event. I was trying to look it up on Cage Match. Maybe I'm just looking it up wrong. But how many tag main events have there been this year on Raw?
Too many. Post-Mania, too many.
I'm getting tired of it. At least this one didn't have Vision interference.
Yeah. It still had Vision tie-in, but also a promo people are talking about a lot that we missed, but was before the main event. Seth is contemplating his match against Cody again. He pulls Paul Heyman aside and he's like, What happens if I lose? And Heyman's like, you're not going to lose. But what happens if I lose? Heyman's like, you're not going to lose. And then Seth cracks and is like, Paul, you're not hearing me. What happens if I lose?
And Paul says, well, somewhere down the line, I'll have to think to myself.
He, of course, says, you lose the faith of the locker room first. You lose the faith of Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. So they probably go do their own thing. And you sit here by yourself. And he's like, Seth points to that comment and is like, what is that? What is me losing me for you? And
he says, somewhere down the line, I'll have to think to myself, was it really worth giving up Roman Reigns for you? Think about that. And leaves.
Yup. Seth winning that match.
Yeah. Seth's winning that match. If Cody wins, I am fucking flabbergasted. But we will talk about that tomorrow, of course, when we record predictions. Because this weekend, this title is on the line for Crown Jewel, and it's 7 a.m. start time.
For us.
We're getting McDonald's breakfast before we come here. But yeah, so that's it for this episode of Disqualified. That's it for this episode of Monday Night Raw. Sorry, I didn't say it right. That's it for this episode of Disqualified. I am your main roster prediction champion, Caleb. That is Beltless Trevin. We are two-man weaving in the studio today. No producers. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell 3 times so you know the match is over. And we will see you next time. Thank you for your time. And peace.
Bye. I'll leave the button.